So I'm coming back with this is like part 2 to the video I did called I think it's called "A Soft Answer Turns Away Wrath." Just finished doing some exercise. That's why I'm breathing like this. But I'm walking back to the house. It's about 2 miles. But anyway. Oh, it scared me. There's some bikers in the neighborhood. They always do this. Check them out. Morning.
Morning.
All right.
Morning, Sean.
All right, how y'all doing? Need to get in that group. Anyway, so, a soft answer turns away wrath. Now, this is part 2. And the reason I'm doing this because it's a lot I want to add to that. That's actually deeper than just, okay, give a soft answer and then turn away, people from being so angry or whatever. Easily devise a situation. But, it's actually more to that. And as I might have stated, everybody can't give a soft answer. For the simple fact that to give a soft answer, you have to have self-control, because giving a soft answer, and this is what they say, a soft answer turns away wrath. So it ain't got nothing to do with you standing on business. And a lot of people are cut up or put on as if they standing on business, which that's something totally different, because even a fool can stand on business. But when they say, by giving a response or an answer, it's talking about how you relay the message, how you relay a message back to, how you respond to something or relay the message back. Basically, it's talking about how you relay the message. So basically, when it comes to you relaying the message, that comes from an inner place in you, and it comes from a place where you expressing your world or what you see to respond. Like I've always said a lot, like, the way you respond, it tells pretty much a lot about you. And people that got good discernment, that's all they need is basically some response from you. And it says so much about you. Like, you got some people, try to hide certain stuff from me, or whatever. Like, they won't be wanting to reveal certain stuff, but I'm thinking, I really don't care about none of that anyway. It's like, I be looking for a whole nother thing to get to, I guess, make a judgment call on how do I view and see you, not judging nobody, but it's like my thoughts about a person, it come down to their personality. But anyway, their personality, but not so much the stuff that they try to hide from me. You can hide a lot of stuff, but you can't hide your personality from people. They're going to have to see you, and you're going to have to deal with them. And that, somebody with good discernment, they could tell a lot about you just by that. Now, back to the response. So, see, when you have to give a response, you have to think about it. You have to think about something, and then you give your response. So this goes to show, this this is why everybody can't give a soft answer, because when you look into yourself and you finna give a response or a reply or answer, you giving this answer from your perspective, the way you see things. And let me see how to say this. And it takes self-control for you to relay a message a certain way. Like I say, it ain't just about standing on business. It's about the way you relay a message. And some people don't know how to, they don't got no control in that area. They don't see how they respond and affect the next person. That's why you can find a lot of people that's always in some type of confrontation, or they're always in something. They always feel like, well, these people don't like me, or they don't feel me, or it's always something. Because a lot of times, if they could give a soft answer, a lot of that'll just dissolve, a lot of that'll go away. But some people be so determined to just, they standing on business and they got something to prove. But when you know you got it, you don't got nothing to prove. If anything, you trying to keep, people away from you, because anyway, that lead to other stuff like being a good friend. And then you realize, people get attached, and you could tell by them, but they ain't used to people responding like you respond. And people easily get attached, because they ain't used to nobody like you. And then, but they might like you and see the good in you, but that don't mean that if they don't handle them spirits in them, that it ain't gonna manifest, and then you'll be faced with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people like myself really ain't too, tight on making friends. I will, if certain situation present itself and I realize it's just might not want to be friends with somebody for whatever reason. But if situation keep presenting itself, then I feel like it must be bigger than me, then I'll do that. Then I'll check on them. Then I might have established a friendship, so. But so it takes discipline. You got to be in control to respond to stuff getting brought at you to give that answer. You got to be in control. And when you're in control, it's going to show in your response. I'm in control. I don't care how big and bad somebody might look. When I'm in control, I know I can give a certain answer. It's going to make a lot of stuff go away, because I don't want to get off, but I'm going to say this, when you able to really see through a lot of fluff, through the fog, like today is foggy, super foggy. Whenever you're able to see through that, I'm talking about in real life, in spirit, with people, like a bunch of confusion, like when you're able to see through the BS, you start to speak to people. Like when people show up, I speak to people from what they really yearning for, the real need. Like if people get around me and they talk to me and they might be talking about something a little different or something else, but just the way I am, I communicate to the spirit in them, to the need that's screaming out to me, like to the need that's screaming out. Somebody could be sitting here, example, say if you got somebody and they talking about their relationships and how it's terrible, and you see how they communicate, you see the facial expression, you see how they just, the situation is just consuming them. They letting it get the best of them. And when you talk to these people, when I speak to people like this, instead of just playing along like, oh yeah, it's crazy out here, you can't trust nobody, I see past that. That ain't the case. You can't trust people, But in these situations, I find myself speaking to their real need. And I realize a lot of times it come back to yourself. No, you be the one that really got some stuff to work on. They might have an issue, but the way you respond to these situations got a lot to do with the outcome. And I had to say this again now. I'm not saying you told, oh, I'm getting way off the subject, but I'm going to say that the way you behave, it got a lot to do with the way your spouse or whoever you seeing, the way they behave. It got a lot to do with it. I'm not finna sit here and say it's gonna automatically make them go a certain way, but the way you carry yourself around your spouse, you got a lot of power, whether you a man or a woman or whoever, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of say-so in the way they carry themselves and the way the outcomes be, you know? So, but anyway, once again, the way you respond to stuff, it tell a lot. My bad, I was saying, everybody can't give a soft answer, because a soft answer, like I say, it's about a response to something, you know? And the way you respond is your projective. Your projective on life, you know. So when you can give a soft answer, you is expressing yourself that you're in control, or you're not tripping on the situation if it go haywire, or if somebody take your meekness for weakness, or if somebody take you the wrong way, you know, you're expressing that you're not even tripping on that. Now, people don't give a soft answer. It's showing you that they're out of control. They fear in the situation that they don't know how to relay the message. They just putting it out there. They're not in control, you know. Because when you're in control, you got a level head, you know how to respond. But when you're not in control, it show in your response. You just let loose and you say something, and then bam, like I was just saying, like you got people that's always in a confrontation, or they got people that feel like, oh, well, these people, you know, I had this person tell me that I don't think blase like me or something. And I'm thinking like, wow. But anyway, you got certain people that really, the way they respond, it tells a lot about you, you know. It tells a whole lot about you, you know. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. This video getting long. Probably did a lot of rambling, but I just wanted to share that. When you got self-control, it's gonna show in your day-to-day, and it's gonna show in your answers. It's gonna also show in your words. It's gonna show up in a lot of ways. But the way you be responding to this stuff, it tells a whole lot. It might not tell the full truth about you, but it tells a whole lot. All right.